It is one of the best vacation destinations in the world. Welcome to Naples, Florida, also the pickleball capital of the world. Welcome to the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville as the sun sets on Southwest Florida. We are nice and cozy inside Zing Zang Championship Court. It's been rocking here all week long. We're sold out for the final few days as the pros get set to take center stage. And we welcome you, everybody. Great to have you with us. Alongside Melissa McCurley and Mark Renison, I'm Drew Felios. And Melissa, 2018 has had some phenomenal moments so far.
Absolutely, Drew. One of the most exciting moments is Scott Moore becoming the first male to win the Triple Crown here at the U.S. Open.
Yes, and certainly a lot more. We've seen some up-and-comers as well, Mark.
That's right. If you love pickleball, remember this name, Caitlin Christian, professional tennis player from California. She's made a splash on the scene, and people are really impressed with how exciting she is to watch.
All right, the sport of pickleball is the world's fastest growing sport. If you have not sampled it, you have to. Sit back and enjoy. Here's some of the rules to keep in mind, though, Melissa.
Games are 2-11 points. You must win by 2. It's a best 2 out of 3 format, and points can only be scored by the serving team.
And speaking of that serve, it's got to be an underhand serve that is hit diagonally across the court. The ball has to be allowed to bounce on the receiver's side, and then it gets sent back to the server's side to bounce again. So it makes that third shot really critical.
Yeah, we're going to see some tremendous rallies here in these matches. Also, keep in mind the hallowed ground. It's called the kitchen.
The kitchen, it's also known as the non-volley zone, and it's a 7-foot space back from the net. You can enter that zone, but you can only hit the ball if it has bounced. So you'll see players get right up close to that line, reach over as far as they can to try to pick those balls out of the air and put them away for winners.
Today the focus is men's pro doubles, and Melissa, one thing is certain, this match is going to have tons of attitude.
It really is. Yates and Weinbach together with a 2-time Open men's finalists here and champions. Tonight they're pitted against each other, so one of them will become the 3rd-time men's Open champion.
Weinbach and Rozpedski had a convincing win, 11-2, 11-9 over Warnick and Dawson. They really showed why they're the class of the field.
Men's Pro Doubles Championship is coming up next at the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. The sun sets in Naples. First serve is next.
U.S. Open Pickleball Championships on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Durafast 40, official pickleball of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. By Head Pickleball, official shoe of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. And by Latitude Margaritaville and Minto. Change your latitude to the active adult paradise of Latitude Margaritaville.
Naples even more beautiful when the sun is going down here at the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville. This is the pickleball capital of the world as we get set for men's pro doubles, and 2 phenomenal teams, Kyle Yates and Matt Wright on one side, Dave Weinbach and Marcin Rozpedski on the other side. And this crowd has been entertained to pickleball at a premium all week long, but you just get the sense the best could be still yet to come, Melissa. Men's pro doubles, how about Kyle Yates, Mark, and the job that he has done this week?
Well, he's been unbelievable in the singles and the doubles. Kyle has shown some of the most athletic and electric pickleball that you can see out here. He's been playing amazing power game as well as soft game, and great around the kitchen.
Won mixed pro doubles as well, and his partner is Matt Wright, who is gradually becoming one of the real superstars on this scene.
A dominator in the game is what we're seeing, Matt, so we can expect him to be a real presence in the match tonight.
And they'll be taking on Dave Weinbach and Marcin Rozpedski. Marcin, certainly a household name in pickleball.
There's Dave Weinbach. Dave Weinbach, known as the Badger, hails from Wisconsin. Weinbach has some unconventional technique out on the court, but he's got some of the fastest hands in the game, and he's got great touch around the net.
Meanwhile, Marcin Rozpedski, also just a great guy to watch. So much fun. His skills tremendous.
Tremendous, and so the chemistry between he and Dave has been instant out here at the U.S. Open this week, so we can expect that chemistry to continue here tonight.
0-0-2. Guys, the team serving perhaps a little bit more seasoned, a little bit more experienced, but take nothing away from Yates and Wright. They are phenomenal to watch.
Out. When you can see early on, Kyle Yates looking for an around the post shot. If his opponents, Weinbach and Rozpedski, are going to pull him out wide like that, he's looking to go around the post. And remember, when you hit around the post, you can hit the ball as low as you want. What matters is whether or not it lands inside the lines.
That is a move unique here in this sport of pickleball. Also unique, each team, each player gets a chance to serve. You can only score points too, Mark, whenever you are serving.
That's right. If you're the serving team and you win the rally, you get a point. If you're the returning team and you win the rally, you force the serving team's second player to serve, and once you beat them, then you get the ball. A side out, and that's just what happened for Kyle Yates, who's serving now.
Second seven.
That was a nice shot there by Marcin. And, you know, we have talked about in some of the other matches, Drew, the mental and physical fatigue. These players started playing at 8 o'clock this morning in mixed doubles, and here it is 9:30 tonight. They have had quite a bit of rest time since then, but we'll see if we see any of that kind of take a factor in here tonight.
So we're seeing early on that Weinbach and Rozpedski clearly targeting Kyle Yates, testing him early to see if he can handle the pressure, see if he can maintain these good cross-court dinks.
Oh.
And in that case, he did.
Mention how these teams have been waiting around for a while. As you get another look at this point, it was a very emotional moment before this championship match. We had sort of a parade of nations, Mark. You took part in it, and just a spectacle to watch here on Zing Zang Championship Court.
Yeah, it's so great, this U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. People from all over the world come to it, and I was quite honored when the tournament directors invited me to take part. There's lots of Canadians here from all over the place, and unfortunately, you know, there's only so much room on the court, but it's so great. This is the thing about pickleball, is it brings people together from all over the place, and yeah, those parades of the flags around the court is something really special here.
It is a player favorite, no doubt.
Second seven.
Yeah, well, you can see Marcin is showing a little bit of limitation in his movement. He's going to be going in for a knee replacement on Tuesday, so not long after he leaves here.
You know, and given that, you would probably ask yourself, is he healthy enough to play a championship match at this level, having to undergo something like that? But in pickleball, it's not necessarily how athletic you are, is it?
Yeah, well, I think he would tell you it's definitely a factor for him. So he's looking forward to getting out of the pain that needing that knee replaced has got him in. So, but here, you know, certainly position and placement can certainly play a factor in just being smart and limiting your errors. But movement is certainly important at this level here that we're seeing tonight.
I wonder whether that'll be a factor in how they play. Typically players who are trying to move a little bit less on the court for one reason or another typically are more inclined to start the fastballs in these exchanges a little bit sooner to really press the issue rather than maintain long rallies. So Marcin has to weigh that desire. There's a winner with him from him for the fastball. He's got to weigh that desire to end the points quickly with the need for being patient.
Those kind of winners there will pump some adrenaline in that knee.
Guys, who do you think, as this match goes on, the crowd is going to side with? Do you think they will pick a favorite as we get deep into this match? Now, remember, Kyle Yates is the hometown guy, but Weinbach and Rozpedski, the elder statesmen, you got to think that they'll have their following as well.
Yeah, it's tough to say. It really could go either way. I do think, I mean, judging on that, the crowd's reaction to that winner from Weinbach, people are looking to see really great pickleball here, and all these players bring something unique to the game. One way or another, we're going to get some great pickleball here. Melissa, our stats guru, Josh Elliott, just let me know that so far Rozpedski and Weinbach have only hit one single third shot drive so far in the match. The serve is the first shot, the return is the second, and what comes next is the third shot. It's a critical shot for establishing who controls the point, and the drive is a low fastball. Instead, Weinbach and Rozpedski mostly have chosen to drop the ball soft and low into the kitchen, forcing the other team to hit up and hit relatively slowly.
Thanks to Josh Elliott for being here with us this evening and keeping those stats.
Oh, Kyle's pumped up. Yeah, so that's what we call a poach, when the ball is going towards your partner, but you cut across in front of them to intercept that ball. That's called poaching, and it's a good idea to do it if you think you've got a better shot at finishing the point than your partner does.
He did a great job on that poach and showing court awareness where, as well, making sure he did not step into that kitchen and have a fault.
It's our first time out. 6-3, Yates and Wright in game number 1. Men's pro doubles gold underway.
U.S. Open Pickleball Championships on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's Sporting Goods. By Gamma, the official grip of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. And by Margaritaville Hotels and Resorts. Check in and chill out at margaritavilleresorts.com.
Well, one of the hot spots this week has been the License to Chill VIP Lounge here right next to Zing Zang Championship Court at the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville. Grab a few cold ones, enjoy some great food as well, and of course we didn't partake in any of that fun this week. We were working the whole time, right?
Working the whole time, but believe me,
Strictly
every
business.
time I had a chance to make a pass through that License to Chill, I certainly made a pass.
It is packed tonight and prime seats for this championship.
So that's unlucky for Rozpedski. The ball, he clipped off the top of the net. Was going to be a pretty good dink cross court, but it clipped off the top of the net and went out.
7-3-1.
7-3-1, Matt Wright serving. It's a chance to take a commanding lead of the first game.
And so, Mark, Matt and Kyle are stacking here as well. Based on what you know about these two gentlemen, what do you think the strategy is there?
Best point of the match so far.
I think we saw what the point of it right there. When you stack, when you put your players on the same side of the court so that as the point unfolds, you get to play on the side you prefer. Right now, Wright and Yates are preferring to have Yates play on the right-hand side. This means that when balls get hit out to him, he's likely going to be able to play his forehand, and when he gets into a cross-court forehand-to-forehand dinking rally with Rozpedski, they seem confident that that's a good pattern for them. So we'll see if they maintain this kind of stacking. You see the returners here, Rozpedski stacking as well. He's going to return serve from the left, but then play the point from the right.
Well played.
Yeah, and so this is something that recreational players don't always do, but you do see from the elite players, the margin of error is so small that it's important you can play from the side you like. So players will honor the requirement. If it's their turn to return serve from the left, that's fine, they'll do that, but then they will quickly move over to the right-hand side. So again, you're seeing Yates and Wright stacking, and Rozpedski and Weinbach.
All of these players are very well-accomplished players, and Wright.
That is a hard body shot by Wright on Rozpedski. Marcin didn't even flinch. Watch right here.
Yeah, he knew what was coming.
There's that personality from Kyle Yates. We're waiting for it to come out. And as Yates and Wright take game 1, right now looking like a very confident bunch. 11-3.
Here's a couple looks at it. Dave Weinbach sets up the ball a little bit too high with his backhand. Kyle Yates is there. So this is the 1-2 punch that comes when you use a drive. You can get a high ball to put away.
Game 1 in the books. Game 2 coming up in just a moment from Naples.
U.S. Open Pickleball Championships on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Franklin, the official bag, glove, and starter set of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. And by ilovepickles.org, a place to celebrate all things pickled.
Well, to host an event of this magnitude at the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships powered by Margaritaville. This is an earlier shot from the day. Melissa, you need to have the courts to do it, and East Naples Community Park certainly has that.
Yeah, definitely have the courts. This was formerly a vacant skate park, original build of 31 pickleball courts. Currently, there are 50 total courts that we played on here at this tournament this weekend, and the newest courts feature the Deco turf.
Game one of the books, and it belongs to Yates and Wright. Mark, what really stood out to you?
Well, I think it was the winners that Weinbach and Rozpedski hit early on, except those unforced errors balanced them out.
Block shots, a 2-0 edge for Weinbach and Rozpedski, but Yates and Wright figure out a way to get it done. And this Zing Zang Championship court rocking here tonight, sold out for this men's pro doubles. And as you said, Melissa, that Deco turf cushion surface, so key. It's a state-of-the-art surface and allows players to play longer without feeling fatigue in their joints.
Yeah, so that's another special thing about this venue here. They do a lot to really think about the players, their experience here, from the court surface to Margaritaville, to vendor tents, music, food, player snacks, all the things that go into making this a great event.
Matt Wright, the corporate attorney from Wichita, Kansas. He and partner Kyle Yates, the hometown boy, taking game number one.
0-0-2.
Yates and Wright really shot out of the gate here to win that first game 11-3. I've got to say, Melissa, that was a lot quicker and a lot more one-sided than I would have expected.
Oh yeah, I would agree with you. It's not what I expected coming out of game one either. So let's see if game two can turn it around. You know, I think definitely Weinbach and Rozpedski are going to have to try to see how they can slow these guys down. They're going to have to get more balls dropped into the kitchen, give themselves a chance to get it to the line.
Just wide.
So that was another around the post shot attempted by Yates. He thought it was in. Everyone else around the area seemed to think it was out.
Tough to see from that.
Including both the line judge and referee extraordinaire Byron Frezzo.
But one thing is for certain, we do have our top referee, or at least one of them, here at Zing Zang Championship Court. As Byron Frezzo has been on top of it throughout the entire week. He has really become a familiar face, a friendly face in this great sport of pickleball.
Yeah, he sure has. He and his wife, Marcin Frezzo, travel around the country refereeing and doing clinics and just sharing their love of the game with others.
There's Byron. All smiles today. He took part in the Parade of Nations.
Yeah, he's from Guyana. Let's see what happens here. This is the kind of game I just mentioned that Rozpedski and Weinbach need to get into. Yeah, see, that's going to fare better for them against a powerhouse like Matt Wright and an all-around game player like Kyle Yates.
So Melissa, we already have 3 unforced errors from Yates and Wright, and that is more than they had total in the previous game.
0-4-1.
So here we go.
Yeah. So I mean, it gets recorded as an unforced error when you put a ball in the net or whatever that you should make. But really, Drew, when you're looking across the court and you've got such an advanced player looking to pounce on anything, it really, even if you miss that shot, it feels like it's forced because you know your margin for error is so small that if you don't hit that perfectly, you're going to lose the point anyway. Just saw a no-look dink from Kyle Yates.
Saw Weinbach kind of drift to his left there and then come right back into the court. I think he was anticipating one of those around the net shots.
So much for that knee replacement.
Yeah, really, we're certainly not seeing it here.
So that was a good misdirect by Kyle Yates right at the end. A misdirect is when you set up your body and your paddle as though you're hitting one direction, but instead hit the other. He set it up as though he was going to hit cross court, just laid back the wrist a little bit, hit it down the line instead, caught Weinbach off guard.
242.
Now 2-4-2.
And just a smart play there by Rozpedski. What he saw was Matt cheating over just a little bit because Kyle had gone a little bit wide on the court, and he put it down the line on Matt's backhand.
If you watch Rozpedski, he's always so well balanced, so solid. I can imagine that anytime he's about to hit a ball.
Great rally.
I was saying Rozpedski looks so solid and well balanced every time he hits such a wide stance. It almost looks like a Mack truck couldn't push him over. And having that solid foundation, that well balanced setup, doesn't guarantee success with your shots, but it makes it a whole lot easier.
Rozpedski, the director of pickleball and tennis at the Lakes in Palm Desert. He told me earlier today they're going to be building a stadium, sunken stadium pickleball court there at the Lakes. He puts on an event just before the US Open, and a lot of the top players go there to prepare for this event.
What a cool environment that must be. Let me ask you, Melissa, is pickleball in Arizona and California at the level that it is here in Southwest Florida?
Oh yeah, definitely so. There's a lot of pickleball out there. There's a lot of high quality level play in both Arizona and California and Utah. I guess lots of other places around the country too. And that was just a great shot. I mean, Marcin seems to be really zoned in right now, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, Marcin is such a professional. He comes from a professional tennis background, played for Poland Davis Cup, and he knows how to. He's a gamer. He knows what to do when the chips are down.
Marcin just 2 years ago here was the singles champion too at the US Open.
Seeing some great personality on the court right now. Guys, I want both of your picks in this sport as far as growing the popularity of it. You need stars. You need players and athletes that command attention and attract big audiences. Melissa, who would you say are the best candidates for that on the men's and the women's side? And I also want, Mark, your choices as well.
Yeah, well, there's just so many of them, Drew, so it's really hard. These players spend a lot of their time off of the courts here, spending time with players all around the country, doing clinics and camps and trips, and they are really good about spending quality time with those players when they're out on those clinics and trips as well.
Oh, very close.
Yeah, I love watching a few of the players that come up. For me, it's the ones that are most exciting are the ones who get back balls that you think are impossible to even get a paddle on, let alone hit a high-quality shot. So the fastest movers I've seen in the game lately are Tyson McGuffin out of Yakima, Washington, and Caitlin Christian out of California. She's currently still on the professional tour playing tennis. She's a doubles specialist. Tyson is a tennis pro in Washington as well as being full-time doing the pickleball thing. These two players, they slide across these hard courts, and they're really, you know, I'd recommend to anyone if you have a chance to watch these players play in person. It's definitely worth doing.
And four good ones right now is Yates and Matt Wright trying to battle back. We're underway here at the Minto US Open Pickleball Championships powered by Margaritaville.
U.S. Open Pickleball Championships on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast. And by Pickleball Central, the Pickleball Superstore.
Overhead shot of beautiful Naples, Florida. And it has just been a perfect week of pickleball here at the pickleball capital of the world. And inside Zing Zang Championship Court, it's the Dick's Championship celebration.
The U.S. Open of Pickleball Championships is an incredible event. You have people from all over the country as well as the world participating. I think we have over 2,000 participants this year, with an extremely fun atmosphere, great competition, and it's just a whole lot of fun.
Jennifer Dawson, Triple Crown champion 1 season ago, not slowing down anytime soon. We pick it up now in the second game.
I think it's worth a mention too that several of these players have full-time jobs. They outside of playing pickleball, and they still manage to play at this high level and still manage to find a way to give back to the game. Weinbach and Rozpedski showing their resilience here at 7-3. I think the crowd's kind of on the edge of their seat right now, just really waiting for something pretty big to happen. Dave hollering out loud.
Yeah, Dave's one of the most vocal players on tour, but that was a good example there. A major skill of pickleball, of course, is hitting the ball, but a really underrated one for a lot of recreational players is the skill of knowing when not to hit the ball, when to get out of the way, let those balls sail long. That's trouble. So that ball got a little wider than Rozpedski would like. He wasn't as well set up as he wanted. Didn't play a terrible dink, but it's high enough that a player of the caliber of Kyle Yates, he's going to put that away every time.
Nice drive by Rozpedski, then followed by a drop shot into the kitchen, allowing he and Dave to get to the line.
Yeah, we'll sometimes see those third shot drives, and if the receiving team weathers the storm, it'll become a fifth shot drop. We're seeing more and more of that. The third shot drive is to see if your opponents can handle the pace, and if they can, just play a fifth shot drop, land it low near the kitchen, and come on into the net.
Guys, it kind of looks like that Weinbach and Rozpedski kind of forcing the younger duo to play more pickleball here than hard-hitting tennis, and the plan is working temporarily, but how about that?
That's exactly what's happening here. And that is just what this crowd needed to see. You could just feel them on the edge of their seat waiting for that kind of point to happen.
You know what? Wright and Yates needed that right now. They've made 10 unforced errors in this game alone. Something electric like that. Jump across the kitchen and a winning shot from Yates. Maybe it's just what the doctor ordered.
Ooh, just long.
Ball is called long by lineswoman Marcia Frezzo. Excellent referee in her own right. That was a good attempted Ernie by Wright. He played it, but Weinbach and Rozpedski were ready for it. Redirected that ball, landing just inside the baseline. Scores 4-8-1. So Drew, one of the things that sometimes people are a bit confused about is why players dink. And sometimes recreational players think that dinking is the right way to play, it's the proper way to play. That's not the case. It is a tool that you use, and it's a tool that you use when the alternative, hitting fast, isn't a good option. When the ball you receive is low, below net level, you've got to hit up. If you hit that ball fast, it's going to go out if your opponents dodge it. And so this is a tool they used to neutralize their opponents when they're not in a great position. But you can see with these players, anytime they have a chance to hit hard, especially when they can hit down, they take it. So these dinks, this soft game is a tool, but it's not the only one you've got.
Yates and Wright starting to make a run here within 2 here in game number 2.
Yeah, so I really like Weinbach and Rozpedski's chances here if they can continue to play that style of game. To your point, it's forcing Matt and Kyle to play more pickleball, and that really serves as a strength, I think, for Dave and Marcin to get back into the match.
Kind of like in basketball. You don't want to go fast break. You want to slow things down and just try and execute.
Unless you're playing against a basketball team that's got slow defense.
Sure.
In that case, the fast break makes a lot of sense. And so this is what these players are really good at doing, is identifying the strengths and weaknesses of their opponents and playing to them. It's not a one-size-fits-all model. And so you can see right now that in many of these cases, because the players are so skilled, they can handle those fastballs or those medium speed balls, that you're better off playing a low, slow ball, which we call a dink, and looking for something that's a little bit high that's more advantageous to pounce on.
Rozpedski really getting picked on here. And now right down the middle, Yates with the winner.
Yeah, Dave's not seeing many balls right now, but that's, Dave is really known to be one of the best players at the kitchen line of anyone in the game.
So we see the importance of the counterattack game. I like what Rozpedski was doing. He got a ball that was elevated slightly. He hit it hard, but Wright and Yates were ready for that. You can't wait to react to a ball. You need to expect what's coming and be ready for it. And so when you send a ball hard at your opponent, you've got to expect that it's going to come back fast. They were ready for it, and that's a winner. There's another.
Yeah, and that time it came back toward Dave, right, instead of Marcin, and so Dave was able to get some power on that ball.
6-8-2 is the score. Makes that around the post shot.
Yeah, he's certainly looking for it. I mean, they're in a real game of cat and mouse right now, Mark.
Well, yeah, one of the hardest things in pickleball is to play a good shot and get it over the net so that your opponents can't get it. The nice thing about when you hit around the post, there's no net you have to worry about. Play it as low as you want, and as long as it's between those lines, it's good.
Timing perfect for Matt Wright.
Expected timeout coming out. Yeah, there it is.
That's exactly what we have. We have a timeout.
Tied at 8, game number 2. Men's Pro Doubles Gold continues in a moment.
U.S. Open Pickleball Championships on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Paddle Tech, the official paddle of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. By Selkirk Sport, leader in high-performance pickleball paddles. And by Zing Zang, America's favorite Bloody Mary mix.
Just a perfect night here in Naples at the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, and our tremendous broadcast team, Melissa McCurley, Mark Renison, Mark from Third Shot Sports, Melissa from pickleballtournaments.com. Very well known in the pickleball community, and some great rallies we have seen over the last few minutes here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Dave and Marcin wanted to adjust during that timeout. I'm not seeing anything so far.
What would you recommend, Melissa, if you were coaching this duo?
So this would be my recommendation, just based on what I'm seeing, and they're doing a great job of isolating Marcin and keeping Dave out of the game. You can see Dave came way over then just to get himself inserted into the game. So why not Dave move over onto the other side of the court, Marcin move on to the other, and give that a try. Dave has a whipping backhand down the middle. Marcin's got a great forehand. Just give him a different look.
Well, Matt right here unloading.
It's It's one of the interesting things about pickleball compared to some other sports is how much you can, in fact, isolate one player. In some other sports, like tennis, for example, if they were hitting to your partner, you wanted to intercept it, you could just step diagonally in front of them, close to the net, and take that ball out of the air. But of course, because of the kitchen, the non-volley zone, you can't play that ball out of the air by stepping diagonally in front of them. So you really can target someone if that's what you choose to do. Kyle was all over that backhand volley. He was ready for the attack, countered it with a great backhand of his own. 8-9-1 is the score.
Important side out here.
Kyle's playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Winner.
And that was a smart play there by Wright. He was taking it toward the body of Rozpedski. All Rozpedski could do was move out of the way, and it was just a floater into the court.
It was one of those sort of off-speed winners that you think the receiving team thinks might just go long. 9-9 is the score.
We hear them talking now, going between Marcin and Dave.
That is inspired up about that one.
Vintage Weinbach on that point.
Yeah, I mean, Dave is a great communicator out there, and sometimes it's so loud and it's so clear, it's kind of funny. But he gets the job done. 9-9-2, Matt Wright serving. I'd be interested to see if they target Wright a little bit more here. Yates seems to be holding up to the pressure. Let's give Matt Wright a little bit of a try and see how he's feeling. Or not. I mean, don't get me wrong. Matt Wright is a great player and he's making a lot of shots, but when your opponent's doing 10-9, this is a championship point right here. Matt Wright, Kyle Yates.
Looked like Yates and Wright were out of it here in this game too, but they have clawed their way back.
Kyle's looking for that Ernie opportunity. Or around the post.
Yates just unflappable right now.
Yeah, he showed great poise and patience throughout this match so far.
Wow. Longest point of the match.
And what patience being showed by all players right now. Wow, what a point.
Wow. That's some of the best pickleball I've seen Kyle play.
Yeah. I mean, when you see rallies that are going that long, you're seeing the position, the poise, the patience coming from all players. And here's another look, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, how many shots were in this rally? Kyle, you know, I got to give it to him. He was patient. He hung in there. He didn't do too much too soon. And then finally saw that opportunity to catch Dave Weinbach off guard, and he did not miss his chance.
Great match, you guys. Great match.
As good as it gets from Kyle Yates and Matt Wright. That shot says it all. Yates and Wright, men's pro doubles champions here on Zing Zang Championship Court. Our coronation is next here from Naples.
U.S. Open Pickleball Championships on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Onyx. Elevate the sport. Elevate your game. And by the U.S. Open Pickleball Academy. Learn from the best to be the best.
Just concluded the men's pro doubles here at the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships powered by Margaritaville. How about Kyle Yates and Matt Wright? Yates from Fort Myers, Matt Wright from Wichita, Kansas. The final point, the most exciting of the night, and the two win in grand fashion. Men's pro doubles champions, the capacity crowd at Zing Zang Championship Court, loving it. And this is what U.S. Open Pickleball is all about. Great to have you with us, everybody, courtside. Drew Felios with Mr. Yates, Mr. Wright, also joined by Bill Bullock. He's the vice president of Minto, the title sponsor here at these U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. And it's time now for our awards presentation, Bill.
It's our third year sponsoring, and it keeps getting better and better. We re-up for the fourth year. We cannot wait to see how great it's going to be next year. Congratulations, guys. Incredible match.
All right, let's award our champions their medals. Kyle Yates and Matt Wright. These two went at it earlier in the day in mixed doubles, and they get it done tonight as a tandem. And what a moment here on this championship court sponsored by Zing Zang. You guys were fabulous, and you win in 2 games. Are you surprised how easily it came? Although the team on the other side of the court, they were spectacular as well.
Yeah, it was far from easy. We the first game broke our way. We felt pretty comfortable, and then they came out gangbusters in the second game. I think they got up, 8-3? Yeah. We were in bad shape in that second game, and we put a little flurry together there at the end, but we had our game plan. We stuck to it for the most part, and look, anytime you go into battle with this guy, you're going to have a chance. So it was fun.
Kyle, you recently became partners with Matt, and it's a match made in heaven, huh?
Absolutely. I played against him in the finals last year, and I told myself I don't ever want to play against that guy ever again. He's too big, it's too hard. So I decided, hey, I'll give it a shot with him and see how we do, and I think we did pretty good.
Altogether, the atmosphere was simply spectacular here tonight. Minto, a big reason for that. How awesome was this championship?
For me, it's the best tournament of the year. I know that they're putting a lot of emphasis on the tournament in Indian Wells, the Nationals later in the year, but the atmosphere, just the people, they're dancing, the music's going, they're having fun. This is what we play for. This is it.
Yeah, all the tournament directors, the volunteers, the sponsors, everyone does such a great job of this tournament. It's so much fun. We love playing every year. It's just down the road from my house, so I certainly love playing here every year.
Well, Kyle Yates, Matt Wright, guys, congratulations. Well done, and thank you so much. We appreciate your sponsorship, Bill Bullock, the vice president of Minto. And that is going to do it. What a year 2018 was at the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. For Melissa McCurley and Mark Renison, I'm Drew Felios saying so long from Naples.